Hey, good morning, everyone. I get asked a lot about how to curl my hair. So I figured today I would show everybody. So I washed and dried my hair. I put a styling cream on it. And then I blew dry it as straight as I can get it. My hair is pretty curly. And then I'm good. And then I put half of it, the top half of it, up on the top of my head, and then I'm just going to curl the bottom half of it. So I'm probably going to speed through it later on, but I just wanted to show you how I start. And I have this bionic uh, curling iron. It's got an extra long barrel, which makes it work really well for my very long hair. I keep it at 320 to 360 as the temperature so I don't burn my hair because I want my hair to grow long. Well, it is long, but I need to be I'm very, very careful about not burning my hair. And Yeah, let's get started. So, my hairstylist taught me how to do this. And she said to kind of think of like, oh, you're crazy. So, when you're doing this, so we're just going to pull off a little section. You don't need to be overly picky. And then you just curl it and then go down. You're crazy. Curl it. Go down. You're crazy. And go down. And we're just going to make a whole bunch of these little curly cues. And this is a 1 inch barrel. I actually normally use a 1.5 inch barrel. My hairdresser uses the 1 inch. And the good thing about the 1 inch is I can curl this and it's kind of a little curlier than I like it for the first day. But then for like 3 days, I don't have to curl it. I can just put it in a ponytail at night and it just gets a little looser and looser each day. Maybe I might need to touch up a little bit around my face, but for the most part, I don't need to curl it again. And so I just do little sections. I do all of them facing towards the back, away from my face. And so my hairdresser I went to because I had went to a hairdresser that seemed really nice. And she is really nice, but she was inexperienced and she fried some of my hair to where I have pretty easily healthy hair. I eat well and I use good products on it. And I take good care of it. I don't overheat it. I do all the things right, but I went to a rather inexperienced but very nice hairdresser and she burnt my hair by leaving. I think she over processed it. I think she put color on top of color. I'm not a hairstylist, but I believe that's what happened. And It ended up where I had a lot of breakage at the end of my hair. So I went to, I highly suggest going to a very experienced hairdresser. So I went to Adita, and it's in Crystal Lake. And she, looked at my hair and gave me some suggestions of what to do. And I've been working with her for about 2 years to get my hair to grow really long. And a couple of the things that she did to help that happen is she changed my hair color. I was a little too blonde, and she also doesn't color my hair very often. I get a couple little grays up here, but I don't get really super gray. I'm 59. I'm lucky. My dad doesn't get very gray either. And so she I get some, but I just deal with them. But not over coloring my hair has helped it a lot. I mean, probably the first year she might have only colored it like one time, and I had to kind of get used to it. And she also darkened up the color and kind of blended it in so that most of it's my natural color. And I get a lot of compliments on the actual color of my hair. So then the other thing she did to protect my hair so that I can curl it and it holds curl really well is I have one small layer of extensions in here. My hair is this long. This is my this all that you can see right now is my hair, but there is a little layer of extensions in there, and what that does is when I curl the outside of my hair, it just protects it so that most of the heat is going onto the extensions. It's just like a super thin layer. And they're put on in beads, and I just wash my hair. I can't even tell I have them there. I really have to dig to even find them to show anybody what they look like. She is a master expert and does them and they blend in so well. I always post a picture of me at the hairdresser when I have no extensions in, and my hair basically looks exactly the same. So what they do is just protect my hair from getting damaged and allows it to grow. I can't imagine this is my hair is extremely long right now, and I won't grow it any longer than this. So I go to about the halfway point and then I switch over to the other side. But this has been so with my lifestyle, like I've seen people, like they think that a shorter hairstyle would be easier, but this I can get this done in like 15 minutes of curling, and I only have to I wash my hair once a week. Sometimes if I did like a 20-mile run or something really sweaty and my hair was like feeling icky, super icky, then I would wash it another time. But the natural oils in my hair also helps keep it healthy. Sorry about sitting my brush down. That's probably making some loud noises. But yeah, the natural oils in my hair really help it stay healthy, and overwashing it and drying it is adds to the damage. So once a week is what my goal is to do. And at first I was extremely careful to make sure I did that. I would let my hair just get dirty, and just wear a hat. I'm lucky that with my job that I can wear a hat. So if it's really kind of dirty looking, a hat, it's fine because down here usually isn't. And with the longer hair, then I can just throw it up into a ponytail. Because my hair's so long, I actually don't wear a ponytail unless I'm running because very often, mainly because it's so heavy on the back of my head with the hat and it makes my hat pop up. It's just usually easier for me to just throw a hat on and leave my hair down. So, but if I'm really hot, and I mean I get used to it, but if I'm really hot, then I will throw it up in a ponytail and put it under a hat. I love wearing hats. I look a little bit like George Washington when I get all done with this. And this is just a wet brush. My hairstylist actually gave me this. It brushes through my hair's thick and coarse, and it brushes through it really well. And I will actually brush my hair out when I get done curling it with that brush. It doesn't get rid of all the curls. It just gives it a nice beachy wave. But when my hair was shorter, I pretty much had to wash it every day because my hair is coarse. It's prone to being extremely curly. And, like I would sleep, it wasn't long enough to put it into a really good ponytail to sleep at night. And so I'd wake up, it would be fuzzy, and there was just no fixing it with a curling iron. So I pretty much had to wash it every single day. So wash it, and even when it was, on the shorter side. It was never super short. Or I didn't like it super short, actually. That's why I left my first hairstylist, the one that I had for a really long time, is she kept cutting it way too short. And I had said I wanted to grow it long, and then I would get a trim, and it would be like embarrassingly short for me. So after that happened a few times, as much as she was great at color and she was a great stylist, but I think she just thought my hair looked better short. And so that's the way she was doing it. And I really wanted it to grow long because I just always wanted it. And I came to a point in my life that I decided I was going to make sure I got long hair. I don't know why I never, I don't know, maybe it's something with not thinking that you deserve it or something. Not wanting, I think there's something in me that doesn't want to stand out. And, I think long hair is really pretty. And I'm so glad that I took the time to figure out how to get to that. So the camera's been on for 11 minutes, and I have done most of my hair at this point. I just have the top part. The top part's usually the trickiest part. This part's pretty easy. It's on the bottom, but then once I pull this top part down, it starts mixing with the rest of my hair. And then I have to be really careful. Let's see, did I get it? Nope, I missed the bottom. I don't go all the way to the bottom. I kind of stop right at the bottom because I don't want to fry my ends. So this is what they look like. And you don't want to brush it or mess with it too much now because I can still feel that they're a little bit hot. And you want it to completely cool. And in fact, I will let it completely cool and walk around, do work at the computer for a couple hours before I brush it out. Today, we're not going to do that because my best friend's coming over, Irene, and we're actually going to film some of our Badass Besties podcasts today. So here we go. So now we're going to do the top part. I do pretty small sections, and mainly that is because then it lasts for more days. Because the tighter curls, it takes longer for them to work their way out. Hopefully I'm looking at my camera right now to curl, so this is not the easiest way I've ever done it. Normally I'm looking at my big camera. So I spent, while I went through my weight loss journey, just reconnecting with myself, and just learning to take care of myself again. I get, I think so many women, I was spending too much time just focusing on everybody else. I was focusing on my business. I was too busy. I mean, I was building a business, so there was things that needed to be done. And, and it was not like I could really afford to pay for some of this to be done. So it was extremely time consuming, and I kind of quit taking care of myself. Just didn't have the time. Well, then that makes you depressed because now I'm not running as much as I like to or exercising as much as I like to. I'm gaining weight. None of my clothes fit me, and I enjoy pretty clothes. I think I'm artistic and enjoy, putting pretty colors together and stuff. And now, none of my clothes fit, and just feeling uncomfortable, not enjoying it. So when I decided to focus on myself and I really sat the time around or the time to the side to work on it, while I did that, I also decided to dive deep into learning about hair care and makeup. Makeup's always been something I've enjoyed, but I, most of what I learned at Marshall Fields, which was the store I enjoyed going to as a kid. And I would go to the counter, and the person selling the makeup was the one teaching me. So, they're clearly selling products. So it is a little bit more biased that way. And I wouldn't say I completely didn't know how to do makeup, but I just really hadn't spent a lot of time learning about it. So then, like it took years to gain weight, and it took a good year to lose the weight. And during that time, to help myself feel better, I started learning from makeup artists. There's a lot of information out there that you can get. There's great books. There's great video tutorials out there. And I started learning about makeup. And well, first I started with skincare, and and then from skincare I went on to learning how to really put on makeup and experimenting with it, and just it was another creative outlet for me that just felt good. Yeah, it was during that time that I went to the hairdresser that also fried my hair, which was really sad. Yeah, here I am working so hard, and then she gave me a bad haircut. I don't think she quite knew how to deal with my coarse, thick hair. And then she burnt some of my ends off, and I was like, okay, time to find somebody good. And Adita is really, really good. My best friend Irene goes to her now. Yeah, Irene got a treatment from her. It's not what is that called? A Moroccan blowout? Is that what it's called? Blowout. It's not a Brazilian blowout, but it smooths your hair, and it blows it out, and it lasts, I think, at least 6 months. Because I had gotten a Brazilian blowout in the past, which was very expensive, and it felt like it would only look good for like 1 month, and then my hair would start getting fuzzy again. It looked fantastic for that first month, but then all the frizziness, like the longevity of a hairstyle started going away. With my hair this long, I don't have as much problem too with the frizziness that I would get with the shorter hair, because with the shorter hair, well, with the long hair, it weighs it all down. And so it's too heavy to get super frizzy. It still gets frizzy. I mean, if I wouldn't mind having a Brazilian haircut, but there or a Brazilian blowout. I forgot what my hairdresser's is called. It's something similar, but it lasts longer. I think she calls it Botox for your hair, but I don't think that's the official name for it. But Irene's hair, oh my gosh. It's so pretty. It's like bouncy and smooth. It just like she shakes her head back and forth, and it's so pretty. It moves so well. She is, she's like me. She's glad that she finally just took the time to go to somebody really good and get a really nice uh, treatment for her hair. And Irene's growing her hair out now too. So let's see. So I've been filming for 19 minutes, and I'm just about done. So and also I'm talking on camera. I can't quite see as well as my normal. I'm pretty sure it normally only takes me like 15 minutes to do this. And I only have to do it once a week. I sometimes I like well I'll add a couple curls around my face to help keep the hair out of my face. But I don't have to go through this again. So this is what it looks like. Here, I'll turn around. Hopefully I got everything in the back and not missing anything. Here, let's see, I got a mirror here. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Get a little farther away from the camera. Yeah, my hair's long. That's without a doubt. I can still feel it's a little bit hot, so I don't want to start brushing it yet. And right after I brush it, it never looks quite as great as I want it to. And it kind of settles down. So I'm going to let it cool down here on the camera. I might cut this out when I go to post it. You like my PJs? I went to Western States 100 and I stayed with my friend Ann Trayson, who has won the race 14 times. I'm bragging. And we got matching PJs. We had a lot of fun making reels. So take a look at my Instagram to see the reels that we made. We decided to make reels that were very unexpected for Ann Trayson, stuff that you wouldn't expect people to do when you're at Western States. Yeah, she is the most decorated, best. I don't think anybody will ever pass her. I think that the next most amount of wins at Western States is Scott Jurek, and I think it's 6 that he has done, and she's won 14 of them. So she's won camaraderies, and she had many, many world records. She's very, very humble, very, very sweet. She did my Hennepin 100 race, and we've been friends ever since. So yeah, we're just gonna brush this out. I don't like something about right here. Kind of mess it up. Okay, there we go. Show you on the back. So, well, I hope this helped you, and please like and subscribe.